What's going on YouTube? It's Doing with Junior, and I'm coming at you guys with a video review of some knife. A knife, actually. I'm just showing kind of two different kinds of them. But this is for more of my outdoorsmen, knife collectors, gun collectors, all that fun stuff kind of viewers. Kind of backing off from gaming videos, I'll explain that later. So the knife that I have for you guys today to review is, drum roll, I'm sure most of you already know, the Buck 110 folding knife. Boom, pop that guy open. So this is a brand spanking new one. Got it Wednesday. I'm recording this Sunday before Christmas. That's all I know. I'm on a Christmas break, so not really keeping track of days. Got this Wednesday, so hasn't even been a complete week that I've had this guy. Had some pretty just kind of mild use out of him. But Buck 110 folding knife, one of the greatest knives you can own, and I'll get into that here in a second. So we're going to set that guy down there, and then this one right here is the same exact blade. It's actually in a shroud leather case. I'm going to talk about the leather cases later. Don't tell Buck that though. And we're going to open this guy up, doing this one-handed of course. And you're going to notice a very severe difference between the two of them. So there we go. This is also a Buck 110. I seriously doubt that that's going to focus in. Let's see. Yep, Buck 110, United States of America, of course, is where they're made. And yet again, Buck 110. So, basically, let me do a little bit of explaining. This Buck 110 right here was my grandfather/father's. Grandfather had a lot more use out of it than my father. And then, of course, this one, like I said, I just bought Wednesday. As you can see, this thing has kind of really been beaten up. And so, basically, it's just kind of really been beaten to heck. As you can see, tips off. Blades really scratched up. It's not polished metal anymore, like that guy right there. The wood right here, the finish is screwed on it, and the back, the spine lock is not holding properly at all, as you can see. So basically, the Buck 110 is one of the greatest knives that you can ever buy. If you only have, if you're a kid or something like that, mom or father or guardian, whatever, says you can go ahead and go buy yourself a blade. I would highly suggest the Buck 110 folder. In fact, I'm sure your dad has one. And basically, this knife is 50 years old. This knife basically paved the way for any other knife that you'll see today, any other modern knife. And Buck just makes an overall high quality blade. This thing, you could put it through a lot and it will not break. Even this one right here, minus the broken tip, which will happen with any blade. You use that tip wrong, you manipulate that into something that it will not go into, and you're going to break that tip right off. That will happen with just about any blade, rather it's a $3.99 Walmart blade, all the way up to your way expensive blades. But basically, with a Buck knife, it will last you forever. Buck guarantees it. They have lifetime warranties on their blades. If I really wanted to, I could have sent this to them, said, hey, this is a Buck 110, send me a Buck 110. But, I just decided to buy my own. And then we can kind of give this side-by-side comparison to them. If you take care of your blade, this is a blade that will never ever fail you. You can put it through anything. It will not fail you. You can break the tip off. If I really wanted to, minus this spine lock right here kind of screwing up just because that makes me a tad bit nervous using it, I could polish this guy up a little bit, try to tighten it up, and still use this blade. It is still holding a phenomenal edge. And still really use this good poor man's Buck blade. And use that forever and ever until it, disintegrates basically. But like I mentioned, the Buck knife will never ever fail on you. Rather you get cheapo Buck blades all the way up to your more expensive Buck 110, Buck 112s, stuff like that. They will never fail you. You can put it through anything. As long as you have proper knife etiquette. After you skin a deer, you clean your knife. After you gut anything, you clean it. After you use it heavily, you sharpen it, you keep it oiled, everything like that, cleaning it a lot. And you don't even have to do this all the time. You can get a decent chunk of use out of it, not cleaning it, not doing anything. Just proper knife etiquette, and you will keep your knife just like this guy right here. Like I said, if I really wanted to risk it, I could slap this guy together, buffer up a little bit, and use it. I will have a lot of use out of this blade, and I know it will last me for decades. Um, Buck make phenomenal knives. I highly suggest them. Uh, just to kind of show you different Buck knives, let me go ahead and reach back and grab some. Okay, so I have two more Buck blades here. In case you haven't already figured out about the video, I love Buck knives. Right here is the Buck 721. This is a phenomenal blade. Got it at Walmart, and it's $25, something like that. Very nice blade. Buck make phenomenal knives. This stays together. There is absolutely no play at all. No problem with the spinal lock breaking. Phenomenal knife. Wow. This guy right here is the Buck 285. Buck 285, same thing. It's a little bit cheaper, maybe $15. Holds a phenomenal edge. I used to EDC this guy all the time. Phenomenal blade. Buck just overall makes great blades. I highly suggest the Buck 110. Yeah, and I'm sure most of you guys already own one. Most knife collectors have at least one Buck 110 in there. And different other Buck knives just because they're phenomenal blades. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Stay safe.